Looks like Hellmuth might be going for it. I assume his last card's an ace.
Let's guess.
I would be shocked if it wasn't an ace. If it's not an ace, it's exactly the deuce of diamonds, I would say. I could see it maybe being the king of diamonds. Yeah, I would say he has a deuce of diamonds, king of diamonds, or an ace. Ace being probably most likely.
Blumenthal calls.
So generally from the small blind, you want a 3-bet, but here Blumenthal really wants Hellmuth to bust. So he's just going to call to have Engel come in. Engel's going to use both his powerful hand plus his stack to apply pressure on Eddie. And to get Hellmuth to put in the rest.
I never want to say never with Phil Hellmuth, but you can't fold after you put 120,000 in there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if it was a deuce of diamonds, I would consider it. I think if he has a king, he's kind of just stuck. If he has an ace, he's definitely stuck.
And we don't know what Hellmuth's fourth card is. We're guessing it's an ace.
It's definitely a good flop for Engel. Flopping the... Ooh. Yeah, flopping the bottom end of the straight, having the best low right now. Hellmuth looking solely for one of the last two aces in the deck, or he is going to be busted here.
Yeah, Hellmuth looking very dire right now. Just 7%.
Good luck, Phil. Thanks.
That's a very good turn for Eddie. I was going to say he only really has that as an out and drills it. So I assume Engel's going to bet this. Blumenthal's probably just going to call. His low is pretty weak. His high is very vulnerable. So even though he drilled one of the best cards in the deck, his hand still isn't very strong.
So Hellmuth needs an ace to survive, right?
Yep, just the ace.
And that is not an ace.
Yeah, that is game over for Mr. Phil Hellmuth.
Blumenthal in the center of your screen, well, right there, wearing the USA blue shirt.
Yeah.
He's going to win the high with Jack 10. Engel wins the low with Ace 4. And are you surprised that this was the hand that Phil Hellmuth decided to go with?
Not really. He is super short, and most likely is just going to get heads up with the big blinds, 4 random cards, and just run a flip. He got pretty unlikely to play versus both of them, and just get pretty much the worst spot possible.
Well, Phil, it seems like there's always so much on the line when you run deep in these events. How do you deal with that kind of pressure?
Oh, I didn't really feel any pressure. I mean, I know that I'm on. It's really nice to be playing. Like, I think I've accumulated all this knowledge, and now I'm using it without tilting, without being emotional, without getting too tired somehow. I think the brain fuel actually helps. Not just promoting, it's nice. And here we are. I played 3 tournaments. I had 2 final tables and an 18th, and I put myself in great position in all 3. All 3 tournaments, I was never short until this one late in day 3, the other one late in day 2, and the other one I wasn't short till the final table. So playing phenomenal poker. I need some cards to fall my way. I really haven't. I felt like I hung in there for hours and hours, and I just never had an uptick. We're playing very big. It would have been very easy to go to $1 million or $2 million in chips. I never did it. So it's frustrating. These are harder to win, and no limit hold'em. I can have average cards and win a lot of tournaments. But here, it's harder to win limit tournaments, even if you play perfectly.
How would you describe your level of motivation as we look ahead towards this next month and your chase for your 16th World Series of Poker Bracelet?
I had a really good feeling about the $300,000 bind, which I didn't play. Great feeling, but I was just too tired, and I'm not going to put myself in that position. And then to run deep in the 25K, I just felt like I was seeing everything. It's really nice. I mean, I think in this tournament, I think that I might be maybe one of the top 10 Omaha 8 or better tournament players in the world now today. There's a few tiny adjustments I would have made. There's that line between making sure you make it deep and giving yourself a chance to get lucky with great hands and pressing a little bit. And I chose to kind of wait and give myself a chance to get lucky with the great hands And it was very frustrating. I just couldn't ever seem to get it together. But listen, obviously I'm motivated. I'm giving myself a gift of a day off. And because if I'm going to demand of myself to play perfect, I mean, this is 30 hours straight, man. I mean, day 2 of one, then day 2 of another, then day 3, 30 hours of intense poker. And so if I'm going to demand perfection, then I have to give myself a gift of taking some time off.
Enjoy the time off. Thank you for your time today.
Thanks.